everyone, this is Rahana again, and we are continuing our Let's Play of Gakuen Heaven 2. We're getting close to the end now. We have found out from Tomo all the information about what's going on. We've learned that there is a business group known as the Sakaki Group, which is kind of a parallel to the Suzubishi Group, which runs and manages the school among many other things. And they are after some pharmaceutical research data that is housed on the school servers. And that's why Tomo has gotten all wrapped up in this mess. So we're going to continue with the third round of the Bell 1, which is the Test of Luck.
Kitana?
And after hearing everything that we've just learned, you may not be feeling too charitable toward Professor Sakaki here. But we will continue and see what kind of shakes out after the third round here.
本当にお前はそれでいいんだな?
Are you really okay with this?
はい。もう迷うのはやめようかと。
Yes, I'm not going to hesitate anymore.
もうあなたたち理事会の思い通りにはなりません。
I won't let you guys on the board do what you want anymore.
それがお前たちの答えなんだな.
So that's your answer.
はい。
Yes.
それが俺たちの答えです。
That is our answer.
もう誰かが決めたことにただ従うことはしません。
I'm not going to just obey what's been decided by others.
これからは何をどうするかは俺自身の意思で決める。
From now on, I'm the one who decides what happens.
この先どんな結果になろうとも後悔しない。
So no matter what happens here, I won't have any regrets. So very different from how Tomo was behaving earlier. Now he's much more strong-willed.
そうか。
I see.
なら始めようか。
Then let's begin.
この中のどちらかに腕章が入っている。好きな方を選べ。
And alright, so in here, there's the armbands in one of these. There's two boxes. You choose whichever one you
選
like.
んだ方に腕章が入っていればお前たちの勝ちだ。
If you choose the one that has the armband in it, you guys win.
わかりやすくシンプルだな。
Well, that's easy to understand.
ユキ、俺は俺の意志でお前が選ぶ未来に全てをかける。
And Tomo says, Yuki, by my own will, I will bet the future on your choice.
だからお前が好きな方を選べ。
So choose the one you want.
わかった。
Alright.
俺も俺の持てるすべての強運で絶対に勝ってみせる。
And because I have such good luck, I definitely won't
俺
lose.
や友や生徒みんなのために。
For myself and for Tomo and for all the students.
ああ、大丈夫だ。
It'll be okay. And Tomo's holding my hand.
俺はお前の運を信じる。
I believe in your
お
luck.
前も自分の運を信じろ。
So you believe in it too.
それじゃあ選ぶよ。
And then I'll make my choice. I love Yuki's determined face here.
絶対に当ててやる。
So sorry about the sound in this section being kind of loud. I tried turning it down, but it just doesn't seem to be affected by any of the different volume sliders. It's just noisy. So anyway, the point is there's the two boxes. You can choose one. It doesn't matter what you
どっ
choose.
ちだこれだ。
If you get to this point in the game, you can't lose.
腕章だ。
So there's the armband.
おめでとう。君たちの勝ちだ。
Congratulations, you win.
やったやったやった友勝った。俺たち勝ったんだ。
We won.
ああ、勝ったな。これでお前は正式に生徒会長だ。
And with this, Yuki is now the legit student council president again.
うん。これで廃校案を取り下げられる。
And with this, we can make them withdraw the plan to close the
こ
school.
の学園はなくならないんだ。
The school won't be closed.
よかったな、ユキ。
うん。友が信じてくれたおかげだよ。
It's because you believed in me.
なんだ笠原。もっとお前も喜んだらどうなんだ。
Shouldn't you look a little happier?
喜んでますよ。
I am happy, but
俺が何も策を浪せずまともに勝負に出たのが不満か？
are you dissatisfied that I played fair without any tricks?
ええ、まあ。
Well, yes.
そう思うのは当然だな。
Well, of course you'd think that
榊先
way.
生。
ここからはオフレコな話だが。
And here's some interesting information. This is going to be off the record.
確かに俺は榊グループの代表としてここに来た。
It's true that I came here as a representative of the Sakaki group.
だからといって俺自身もここを潰したいと考えているわけでもないんだ。
But I myself never really thought of shutting this school down.
そうなんですか？
Really?
信じられないか朝比奈。
You don't believe me?
まあ無理もないが、
Well,
立場上榊グループの意向を理事会として伝え敵役を引き受けてはいたからな。
and because of my position, his position as a member of the actual Sakaki family, I accepted the role of the villain, and as a board member, I conveyed the opinion of the Sakaki group.
俺自身ここでの教職はそれなりに気に入っているんだ。
But I like being a teacher
だ
here,
から最終戦は完全にお前たちの運に委ねたというわけだ。
and that's why I left the final round completely up to your luck.
そうだったんですね。だったら早く言ってくれればよかったのに。
Well, you should have said that sooner.
それをバラしたらゲームにならないだろ
Well, if I'd done that, there wouldn't have been much of a game.
う。それに俺としてはそいつの覚悟を確認したかったんでな。
And anyway, I was testing his resolve.
俺
Me?
そうだ。もし笠原がふぬけた選択をしたり
If he had made some sort of foolish
お前たちが
choice,
途中で逃げ出すようならその時は本気で潰すつもりでいた。
or if he'd run away in the middle of this whole thing, I intended to shut this place
だ
down.
がお前たちには戦う意志を確認できたからな。
But I was able to confirm that the two of you had a fighting spirit.
あとはお前たちのやりたいようにやればいい。
So from now on, you can do whatever you want.
俺が何とか対処する。
I'll deal with this somehow.
もちろん笠原には協力してもらうがな。
And of course, I'm going to need Kasahara's cooperation.
ってことはやっぱり榊先生は俺たち生徒の味方だったんですね。
So you were actually on the side of the students. That's interesting. So do remember that even with the big long scene on the rooftop just before, where Tomo pretty much opened up everything to Yuki and told him everything about how he was being pressured and all the intrigue on the board and all the stuff about the pharmaceutical companies going at each other, he never once said that Professor Sakaki was the person who was pressuring him. If you think back, there's at least one time in the game where Yuki sees the two of them talking together, and it looks suspicious, but if you go back and see that sort of thing now, in light of knowing what happened here and all that stuff that was going on, Professor Sakaki was telling him, if you run away, it's not going to solve your problems. So, kind of in the same way that Yuki finally gave Tomo that push to have some resolve to do something instead of just trying to run away from all the issues and all the pressure. So that does leave another question, though. If Professor Sakaki is not the person who is actually the villain here, who is?
結果的に言えばそうなるな。
And anyway, it just worked out
さ
like
て
that.
これで俺の役目は終わりだな。
Anyway, my duty here is done.
終わりって。
お前らを勝たせた以上おそらく俺の立場は微妙になるだろう。
So this is interesting. Because I let you win, my situation has now become complicated.
理事会にこの結果を知らせ廃校は諦めるよう説得はする。
I'll let the board know the result, and I'll persuade them to give up on closing the school.
副理事の座をかけてですか？
Are you risking your position as the assistant director?
まあな。
Well,
だが副理事の座など俺にとってはどうでもいいことだ。
and to be honest, I don't really care about that position.
教師としてここにいられるならな。
I'm here to be a teacher. So that's the second time he said that. It's a little bit of an interesting point. Why is being a teacher so important to him? He doesn't really seem to care about this whole big business thing that's going on in the background. And remember, he's actually the younger son of the head of the entire group. So it's not like he's just some distant relation or something. He's someone who is pretty much in line to inherit a gigantic company, just of the type that Suzubishi is also. So it's kind of interesting that he, instead of wanting to be part of that, is more interested in teaching. And yes, we will find out about that, but it will also be later.
だが問題はその後だ。
Anyway, the real problem will come
お
later.
前にかかっている。
It'll depend on you.
分かっているな、理事長。
You understand, Director?
はい。
Right.
今回の危機は乗り越えられたかもしれないが、本当の問題はこれからだ。
So you overcame the danger this time, but the real problem still lies ahead, and that's exactly what Tomo was saying. You know, if you win the Bell 1, sure, that'll get the board off his back for a while, but eventually they're going to come up with something else to harass him into going after that research data that they want to have destroyed. And, you know, that's going to continue to be an issue, so that's why this story does not end here. Tomo's route continues for a while more after this because of that. There is more to his story, and dealing with the larger problem that has been hidden up until now.
なんとかしろよ。
分かってい
Anyway,
ます。
figure it out.
考えはありますから。
I understand. I'll think about it.
そうか。せいぜい頑張れよ。
Alright, well, do your best.
とりあえずやったなトモ。
Anyway, we did it, Tomo.
あ
俺たちは勝ったんだ。
We won.
俺たちの手で学園を守ったんだ。
We protected this school with our own hands. And transition.
やったやった、俺たちやった。
So back on the rooftop here. This
So
rooftop seems to get a lot of
huh?
action. Lots of people hang out on this rooftop. Are you that happy?
当たり前じゃないか。
Of course I am.
ト
What
モだ
about
ってそうだ
you?
ろ。
ああ、もちろん。
だったらもっと全身で喜びを表さなくっちゃ。
Then you should show your happiness more.
いきなり手掴んで。おい、こら、回るなよ。
Don't grab my hand all of a sudden. Don't be spinning
い
around
い
like
じゃん
that.
嬉しいんだから。
It's fine because I'm
だ
happy.
からって、踊るな。
Hey, stop dancing. Yuki's laugh is kind of creepy.
たく。
Jeez.
ありがとな、ユキ。
Thank you.
何が？
お前がいなかったら、俺はきっと逃げたままで終わってた。
If you hadn't been there, I would have run away in the
今ここ
end.
で俺が笑っていられるのは全部お前のおかげだ。
That I can smile now is all thanks to you.
そんな改まって言われると照れるよ。
If you praise me like that, I'm gonna blush.
いや、本気だから。
No, I
だか
mean
ら
it.
照れるって。
I'm blushing.
それにしてもよかった。
勝ったことがか？
もちろんそれもそうだけど、榊先生が俺たちの味方だったって分かっただろ。
So Yuki's saying he's happy, and Tomo was saying, "Oh, that we won." And he's saying, "No, I was happy to learn that Professor Sakaki was actually our
今
ally."
回の騒動で敵と味方に分かれちゃったけど、榊先生だって同じ学園の一員だからさ。
And I thought we'd been divided into enemies and allies, but I found out that Professor Sakaki is a member of the school just like us.
これで学園がなくなってたら、俺榊先生を嫌いになっちゃったかもしれない。
And if the school had closed, I might have ended up hating him.
でもそんなの嫌だからさ。だから味方でいてくれてよかったなって思うん
And
だ。
I don't like that, so I'm glad that I found out that he was on our side.
そうだな。もしかしたら榊先生はそんな勇気の気持ちを感じて味方になってくれたのかもしれないな。
Well, maybe he understood your feelings and switched over to be our ally.
そうだったらいいな。
Maybe.
それに
That
し
would
て
be
も
nice.
榊先生には騙されたな。
But I was tricked by
あれだ
him.
けえげつなく俺たちを脅しておいて、実は生徒の味方でしたなんてさ。
He was threatening us, but he was really on the side of the
ひ
students.
どい人だよな。
He's terrible.
トモも気づいてなかったのか？
You didn't notice at all?
全然。
Not at all.
お前だってそうだろ。
Neither did you.
全然。でもさ、一番驚いたのはトモだけどな。
But you're the most surprising.
何が？
What
だっ
about
て
it?
トモって普段はあんなにダラダラした怠け者だったのにさ。
Because you're usually such a
実はす
slacker.
ごかったから。
But you're actually pretty amazing.
まあな。さすがに今回ばかりは怠けるわけにはいかないだろ。
Well, it was just that I couldn't slack off this
でも
time.
買いかぶりすぎだぞ。勝ったのはお前のおかげだって。
You're really overestimating me. The reason we won was you.
そんなことないって。
It's
ト
not
モは
true.
俺のおかげって言うけど、俺だってトモのおかげだと思ってるんだからさ。
Even though you say that, I say that you're the reason that we
じゃあ
won.
俺たちのおかげってことか。
Then it's thanks to both of us.
そうだな。
I guess so.
とはいえベルワンは乗り切ったけど、これで終わりにはならないだろうな。
And anyway, back to kind of throwing a little damper on this, but we got through the Bell 1, but it doesn't end here.
最終戦が終わった時に榊先生が言ってたことか？
You're talking about what Professor Sakaki said after we won?
あ、
That's right.
たとえ榊先生がこのベルワンの結果をもって榊グループを今回は説得できたとしても
And even if he persuades them to accept the result of the Bell One, the Sakaki group won't stay quiet for
この
long.
先もずっと榊グループがこのまま黙っているとは思えない。きっとまた何か別の手を打ってくる。
They're going to try something else again.
そうなる前にこちらからも何か手を打たないといけないだろうな。
We're going to have to do something before they can act.
でも策はあるんだろ？
But do you have a plan?
まあ一応な。
Well, mostly.
じゃあさ、俺に手伝えることがあったら何でもするから。
Well, if there's anything I can do to help, I'll do it.
遠慮なく言ってくれよな。
So don't hesitate and ask
あ
me.
そう言ってくれると助かる。
Yeah, that'll be a
頼り
big
にしてる
help.
からな。今度こそ正真正銘の BL 学園のエース様。
I'm gonna rely on you, the true ace of BL school.
でも今日のところはとりあえずベルワンでの勝利を喜ぼうぜ。
But for today, let's be happy that we won.
そうだな。
Yuki gets a phone call.
あ、電話だ。はい、朝比奈です。わかりました。ありがとうございます。すぐ行きますね。
Alright, thanks. I'm coming right away.
よしっと。
呼び
Alright,
出しか
being called.
空也さんから。
It's from
また
Kuya.
生徒会の雑用か
You have some other student council
外
chores?
れ。
Wrong.
俺たちの祝賀会だよ。
We're having a celebration
Shikugokai?
party.
俺たちのベルワン勝利を祝ってみんなが開いてくれるんだって。
So everyone's invited because we won the Bell One. They're going to have a nice
トモも一緒に
party
行こうぜ。
for everyone. And Tomo should go
い
too.
や俺は別にいいよ。
I don't want to do
学
that.
園を守ったのはお前なんだからさ。祝
You're
って
the
も
one
らって
who
こいよ。
protected the school.
何言ってるんだよ。
What
今
are
日
you
の勝利は
saying?
俺たち2人で勝ち取ったんだから。
Today it was both of us.
というわけで行こう行こう。
Anyway, let's
学
go,
食で
let's
みんなが
go.
待ってるって。
Everyone's waiting at the cafeteria.
だから俺はいいんだって
Said I'm
俺そういう
fine.
柄じゃないし
I don't like
い
that
い
kind
か
of
ら
stuff.
いいから。
Let's go. So off to the party, and we will see the party
ほら
in the next
入る
scene.
ぞ。
So kind of a short scene there, but a little bit of interesting information where we find out that, you know, enemies and allies may not be so black and white as we thought. As always with games like this, there's more to the story than you expect, and yeah, it just ends up being kind of extra interesting. There's definitely more to discover as you dig into it, and we'll continue with that next time. We'll enjoy the special party here and see what Tomo has come up with to get the Sakaki group off his back.